The Valley of the Temples at Agrigento, Sicily, is one of the most important archaeological sites in the Mediterranean, and it's remarkable for its long history, its importance in the ancient world, and its testament to the influence of ancient Greece. The Valley of the Temples has been a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1997, and first-time visitors to Sicily should absolutely try to make a stop here. Agrigento, Agragas in Greek, was founded by the Greeks in the 6th century BC. What started as a minor outpost soon grew to be one of the most important cities in the Mediterranean. For centuries, Agrigento and other Greek cities in Sicily were in the crossfire of the frequent regional wars between Syracuse, Corinth, and Carthage. During the Punic Wars of the 3rd and 2nd centuries BC, Agrigento was a prize sought by both the Carthaginians and the Romans. By the 1st century AD and the rise of the Roman Empire, it once again became a prosperous trade center. Byzantine, Arab, and Norman conquests followed over the centuries as the city of Agrigento was frequently sacked. The modern city of Agrigento contains a mixture of medieval, Byzantine, and more recent architecture, with most of the remains of the old city buried underneath. But the real attraction at Agrigento lies just outside the old city. The Valley of the Temples is a vast field of ruined temples that speak to the importance of ancient Akragas during the height of its Greek phase. The remains of those 7 temples, as well as other sections of the over 3,000 acres, are among the most iconic sites in all of Italy. There are 7 temple ruins in the valley, which is not really a valley but a plateau, in various states of preservation. All were built in the Doric style between 510 to 430 BC. The Valley of the Temples is near the southwestern coast of Sicily, about 81 miles by car from Palermo, 108 miles from Trapani, and 99 miles from Catania. It's reachable by car via several regional highways that connect to Agrigento. Trains from Palermo Centrale station run several times a day with a 2-hour journey time. From Catania Centrale, it's a minimum 5-hour journey with at least 2 train changes. From the station in central Agrigento, it's a 2-mile walk to the park entrance, or take the bus to Fermata Tempio di Giunone. To explore all the sites in the park, you will need to walk at least 3 miles. For €3, an electric shuttle bus will take you from one entrance of the park to the other. The park offers free electric wheelchairs by reservation to those with reduced mobility. There are currently 2 open entrances to the archaeological park. If you just want to see the main temples, head to the Temple of Iera Lacinia entrance. There is a cafe in the park, as well as bookstores at both main gates. There are 3 different ticket types for the valley. You can purchase a ticket just for the Valley of the Temples, a combination that includes the valley and Colimbetra Garden, or a combination that includes the valley and access to the archaeological museum. The rediscovery of Akragas began towards the end of the 18th century when the first European travelers reached Sicily, discovering an unexpected and immense artistic archaeological heritage. In a almost enchanted valley full of almond trees in bloom, it is the most impressive group of monuments of the Hellenic architecture in Sicily. The unique charm of this site is in this blend of cultural environment and natural landscape. The Valley of the Temples is certainly the most important testimony of the ancient classical culture of Sicily. It brings together the temples of gods, goddesses, as well as the area of the necropolis and sanctuaries outside the walls. The Temple of Concordia, with its 6 mighty columns and raised pediment, the Temple of Concordia is the best preserved in the park. During the early Middle Ages, it was converted to a church, which is part of the reason it remained in a relatively high state of preservation. A contemporary statue of Icarus by Polish artist Igor Mitorai lays in front of the temple. Near the eastern entrance of the park is the Temple of Juno, once very similar in design to the Temple of Concordia, and was destroyed by the Carthaginians. Marks for its burning are still visible in the temple interior. Another temple is the Temple of Hercules. Only 8 columns remain standing from this once mighty temple, the oldest at the site. The other temples are the Temple of Olympian Zeus. Part of a vast Olympian field, the Temple of Olympian Zeus was once held up by columns in the shape of atlases, or giants in human form. Several of them lay on the ground, partially reassembled near the temple. The Temple of Castor and Pollux is a temple partially reconstructed, with only 4 columns that remained of it, also called the Temple of the Dioscuri. The Temple of Hephaestus. The footprint of this 5th century temple, built on the foundations of an even older one, suggests it was once one of the most important in the valley. The Temple of Asclepius. Set apart from the rest of the sacred complex, this temple to the Greek god of medicine was likely a pilgrimage site for the sick. Other sites at the Valley of the Temples Archaeological Park include Pietro Grifo Archaeological Museum, Tomb of Theron, Necropoli Giambertoni and Paleo-Christian Necropolis, Colimbetra Garden. The best time to visit Sicily is spring or fall. From mid-June to early September, Sicily is extremely hot. Daytime temperatures can top 100 degrees Fahrenheit or 37 degrees Celsius. Try to avoid the valley in the hottest part of the day and bring a sun hat, sunscreen, sunglasses and a water bottle. There are water fountains throughout the park.